And recording starting.
Okay, perfect.
Should I test it for a little bit first?
Dollar sign.
I'm definitely gonna turn off my screen volume. You can see that, right?
What?
The screen.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in the game. I'm walking.
Oh, it's fancy looking. It's
The Premiere.
Adobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in case you skipped our update video for some reason, I lost the face cam and audio from the original footage. So we're overdubbing today. We're doing random stuff around the studio.
Yes. I'm currently setting up a Twitch for us and uploading pictures to our Instagram for one of our photo trips that we went on.
This chair is very squeaky. I'll try not to recline very often.
It's fine. You need to recline sometimes.
You wanted to talk about something?
Oh yeah, hold on a second. Wrong email.
I'm watching myself upgrade equipment. The stupid heavy crossbow. I hated that weapon.
Oh yeah, you tried a few weapons. You only like 2 of them. There's the hammer and
the hammer. I really like
the hunter knife with the shield.
Yeah, the sword and shield. I can't wait till I get to that because it looks like I know what I'm doing when I get to that point.
Yeah.
Everything is just a gross mess up to that point.
But so when I did play Monster Hunter the other day because I was just trying to pass time or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm gonna do the daggers because I forgot that that's not what you use. It was the knife with the shield.
I did use daggers. I did it.
No, but I was thinking just how did he do that move to where he just launched himself up in the air and mounted that? And I'm just like, why can't I do it?
Oh, because.
And then I realized afterwards, just I don't feel like playing anymore.
That's funny.
I went back to the bow and just cheap shots.
Yeah. That's what you wanted to talk about?
No, that just crossed my mind. You mentioned a weapon and I just...
I don't know why you were thinking of Monster Hunter right now.
Yeah, you don't know why... I wonder.
It doesn't cross... Where's my phone? Oh, there we go. I'm gonna hit up the Discord while you... Because, the computer's probably going to be too slow.
Anyways, I've recently learned about myself that I have anxiety, stress, and nervousness issues that I don't think about or deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been working on that. And I actually had a conversation plan in my head, and now it's just not happening.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
I'm listening.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out what I was actually going to say now. Select all images with cards. Or now bridges. Oh, that's a sign. Not a robot.
You are not a robot. That's why you have anxiety. Go on.
Anyway, so that's why it's just I'm just trying to better myself. That's why I want to be more active.
Yep.
That's why I'm doing this channel. So I'm just trying to do things with my life, so I'm not constantly just sitting at home thinking about all the things that bother me and stress me out, having very little money.
Yep.
Working at a dead-end job.
Yep.
Not driving.
That's a tough one. I hate that.
Having a brother who owes me $650.
Does he watch our channel?
Actually, I was very confused. I thought he subscribed to my Twitter, but it was a notification for our Twitter.
Our Twitter, yeah. I
was
saw
just
that.
How?
How?
And, sign up. Hold on, wait. I'm trying to see if this works. Sending. Alright, good. So the username isn't too short.
Okay.
It was just fucking with
Glitching
me.
or whatever, yeah.
But, I let my thoughts consume me very much, so.
I'm just letting you. I'm letting you
Yes.
speak, so I don't want to interrupt.
No, I know. I'm interrupting myself.
Yep.
Like I said, it's easier when I'm drunk.
Yeah. You don't have to be, but I understand.
I don't have to be what?
Drunk.
Drunk?
Drunk.
Drunk. Yeah, I know I don't have to be drunk.
I know. I'm just whatever. Just go on.
Anyways, when the weather when the weather is nicer,
Yep.
when we start going doing all our things, I think it'll be good for me.
Yeah. We should definitely try to go to the gym more.
Well, see, I actually bought one of those it's like a neoprene like thick shirt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me sweat like 3 times the normal amount.
Okay. That's not helpful.
Well, when exercising, the more I sweat, the better.
Not really.
Well, it gets my heart rate going faster and stuff.
I guess. I wouldn't really advocate it, but I can understand, I guess.
Look, it's not like I just bought it willy-nilly, okay?
Look, all right. I'm not devaluing you. I'm just saying I personally don't.
When you work up more of a sweat, isn't that beneficial to a workout?
It's more important that you breathe harder.
Yes. Well, causing me to sweat a lot will make me breathe harder.
Not necessarily, but.
Because it works.
All right. No, it's fine. If you think it'll help you, then there's a chance it'll help you.
Look, I know the placebo effect is
I
so
know.
a thing.
I'm saying. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Is this one of my worst purchases?
Maybe. It's I don't know. Just try it. Who cares? You know.
Thank you. I like the support.
No, I personally don't think it's helpful, but if you
In my mind, I bought this. I spent money on it. It'll make me want to use it in exercise.
Okay, that's fine. We'll exercise more. But me personally, since if you're just gonna go willy nilly, I've been taking cognitive behavioral therapy for 2 weeks now.
Yes.
And it's about it's not therapy in the traditional sense. They teach you coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
And they teach you it's a triangle of feelings, thoughts, and behaviors, and they let you normalize the fact that you can't do anything about feelings. They just happen. You can't do anything about those. But if you can control your thoughts and regulate your behaviors, you can better deal with stressful situations. Because I also have really bad anxiety.
Well, see, and that's what I was talking about the other day with my mom and like Amanda and stuff, is how I might decide to go see a doctor for my anxiety, because it's been getting a lot worse lately.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to go to work Monday, but the night before that I had basically a panic attack, and I called out the next morning.
I do that too.
Because I don't like working behind the register. It's not the people that come through it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's handling the money and stuff, but it just, each time I go, it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
But everyone talks about how good of a job I do and that I'm like the perfect worker and stuff. And it's like, that doesn't change my mind. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't like this. I just want to go back to putting vegetables on a shelf.
When I was when I just got out of high school, I was slightly agoraphobic. I wouldn't leave the house.
Yeah.
And I would go months at a time without leaving the house, and that definitely slowed down my development, I feel. So when I get stressed out, I want to stay home and I want to isolate and I don't want to do anything.
Is that why your man child just sits here and play games?
Yes.
But that's okay.
I'm working on it. I've recently started working on things like.
I'm gonna look at you.
What? I'm gonna look at you. I'm still buying shit. This is Monster Shopper right now. Go on.
Well, I think you're doing a good job. I mean, even if it's just me half the time, we still hang out. We go out and do things, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how bad your situation before, but I'll just say this is an improvement.
Well, I don't, I just have a problem just relating to people and like being consistent with people. It's so much easier to like just stop talking to people, I guess. I don't know. God, I hated this gun. But like, so I understand where you're coming from. And like, where is it? What I like, if I were you, like I've done therapy, I've done psychiatry, psychiatric,
like I don't know what word you're looking for.
Yeah, psychiatry. And this time I'm doing psychology, and it's like she gives me homework and like makes me here. Check this out. Like gives me thought exercises, and I keep track of what I do every day so that I'm aware of patterns and behaviors and try to get behind my thought process. It's more than just like let me talk about how I feel for an hour, because that doesn't really help me. But she's teaching me how to like think more constructively.
Yeah.
And one of the things I struggle with, which is on that panel, that paper, is what's it called? The kind of thinking where you're like always, never, like extreme thoughts of like always, never, all, that kind of stuff. None, all. You know, you're like, this is never gonna work.
It always happens.
This always happens. Yeah.
Why me?
And not so much that, but like
why is it always
happening to me?
Yeah.
That those kind of extreme thoughts, and so I've been much better about that lately because I'm aware of it now. So I go every time I think of one of those words, I stop what I'm doing and just kind of like think about that. The last statement I made, like this always happens to me. I say to myself, you know, I might be like, well, it doesn't just happen to me, and it doesn't happen always. Like, I shouldn't think like that. You know, it teaches you to break down your thought process and be aware of your behavior patterns and try and just, like, work on yourself. That, like, she wants to give me the tools to be able to help myself rather than give me drugs or...
See, that's what I would like. I would like to be able to work on things my own before
I feel like you were about to say, that's what I would like.
Drugs!
Pile them up. No, like, so from where I've been coming from, of like whatchamacallit, having different types of, because I've had anxiety for forever. Psychology is working the best for me, and I haven't even been doing it very long.
See, like what? See, like lately in my head, like if I I recently found out that some of my family, you know, they've been smoking and I know about it or whatever. I feel very strongly about smoking. My whole life I've like hated it.
Cigarette smoking?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
No, smoking, crack, you know, any you know, inhalable substance.
Right.
But no, and you know, like I've been bugging them a lot about it. Like, I mean, they have bad anxiety problems and stuff, and that's how they get through with it or whatever, you know. Helps them before work and stuff. And they have, you know, one at home and stuff, or one while they're out.
Yep.
And me being who I am, I hate it. They're just like, I want to, you know, just like, well, you don't have to do this. There are other ways to do it.
Yeah.
And in my, like, it will just constantly go through my mind. It's just like how they're smoking and how I hate it, and I wish they'd stop. But I also need to understand, like, this is something that really helps them get
Hold
through.
on 1 second. What's up? Okay.
Okay.
You were saying?
But
I hope the mic just picked that up.
that's fine. Probably
Someone's
won't.
taking a shower.
Well, now they know.
I'm just letting, just so someone's not like, what is that buzzing noise? But go on.
Anyway, I'd let it basically consume my thoughts, and I'd start stressing out about that, and just like
You're
it
not
was bad.
you're not responsible for other people's behaviors.
I know, but I wish, like in my head, I'm just like, they don't need to do this. There are other ways to cope. They can deal with anxiety other ways, but it works for them. And it's not like they're smoking a pack a day or whatever. They'll make a pack last a couple of weeks. So it's not like it's harming them necessarily. But in my head, I think long run, like they'll get addicted, and all these bad inside, they'll get cancer.
Well, the same could be said of your like infrequent drinking to deal with your feelings.
Well,
it's the same thing.
But again, it's just I don't necessarily do it just to talk about my feelings.
Yeah.
It's just when I get drunk, I just get emotional.
Yeah.
Because I still talk about my feelings when I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
They just pour out easier and faster when I'm inebriated.
Liquid courage. Yep.
Because when I do have anxiety and stuff, I don't deal with it. It just happens.
Yeah. That's why I think...
It's more like when it hits me hard is when I talk about it, because when it's not like really prominent in my mind, it's like in the back of my mind, just like digging away at me.
But like that's the best time to talk about it.
No, I know, and I've been working on that.
Yeah.
Any little thing that... any little thing in my mind that's of concern, I guess, I will just talk about.
Yeah.
But, but then there's a lot of little things that I shouldn't let bother me so much that they'll just like build up with other little things and it'll just bang, smack.
No, I know the feeling. I've definitely dealt with that too. A lot of what I do on Miscat Squad is like talking about this stuff with people and like helping them through it, because I've been through a lot of it. So like I'm still working on it, but at least I know enough. It's always easier to help other people than help yourself.
I definitely agree with that.
So I know where you're coming from. You definitely have to, if you're gonna pursue something, I would definitely suggest psychology, because it does teach you to deal with problems. Barring that, if somebody you can't afford to go or you can't go all the time, I'm more than happy to share like the stuff I've been learning with you. I've been trying to teach some of this stuff to squad members because it's really helpful. And it's made me a little better about talking to people with their problems, because you always want to validate feelings, because you can't do anything about it. It's okay to feel how you feel, but then like how does that affect how you think and how you behave? And as a triangle, if your feelings are out of whack and your thoughts are out of whack, it's going to push you towards your behavior being out of whack. It's overpowering. But if you can kind of ground with how you think and how you behave, you can overpower your feelings with healthy way of thinking and behaving.
See, because like I've got all like my stress issues and anxiety and stuff. I let that weigh myself down. I try not to, obviously, but it's just like it's so common in my brain. It's very hard to put off to the side or try and think of something better of it. I kind of just like, this is my shit situation. I'm in a shit situation. This sucks.
I get what I can see where you, especially because you have very close to your family, and you're closer to the rest of the family, so you being a naturally worrying kind of person, that's tough for you.
Yeah.
I have the problem with isolation. I have very few people like in my life.
Yeah.
So it's when I do want to talk with somebody, I don't know who to talk to.
Yeah.
Because I used to have this problem a lot where it's almost like because I'm so jokey.
You got smacked.
I saw that. I got like belly flopped on. Because of the way, just because of how like kind of apathetic I am and how jokey I am, when I do try to talk about stuff, people don't really take me seriously. And people don't realize when I'm making a joke out of pain, and then it becomes a joke that just persists, and that then I hang out with these people and they make these jokes and they don't realize they're making me feel bad. Because when I do them, it's cathartic, it's letting it out, whereas when they do it, like it's just kind of like beating down on me. used to have friends who would joke about how bad I was with keeping relationships, and I would joke about it too. But it's actually something that really bothers me. I have a really hard time maintaining relationships because of the way I am. I'm very isolated. I'm not like particularly good at conveying my emotions, even though I would consider myself a very like affectionate person. My affection doesn't really translate well. But so I forgot the point I was trying to make. I get what's the word for? I empathize. Like I get how the way you feel is not being helped by your situation. But I think our hanging out and doing the show and stuff has been pretty good for me. Like, I usually, before I would only just like hang out with who on the weekends.
Yeah.
And the only reason I do that because they're pretty private, so I don't want to say their name or anything like that. But now I do want to invite you to the server because it's actually a really good place to talk about stuff, especially like there's a couple times where I'll just go on just to talk to somebody and be like, hey, I'm not having a good day, and because I've been having the health problems recently, and I don't know who to talk to about because it's like I've been dealing with them for like 4 or 5 years now.
Well, you got me, you big softy.
You're weird. But like it gets to a point where you can't hide it anymore. Like today I went in because I have I feel like every time we go to hang out I go, I have an appointment, and it's hard, it's getting harder and harder to be. I've been waiting for you to be like, you've been on you've had an appointment every time we've hung out. I went into the doctor today because I have an infection on my liver, but it's small, and it's actually pretty common for someone to just live with an infection in their liver, as long as it doesn't grow or so they were looking at it, and they were deciding there was a possibility if they wanted to do surgery, and if that had happened, it would have been like a 4 months recovery time. It would have been there wouldn't have been hiding that, and I was worried because we had so much going on that I was like, I really like what we're doing now. I really like what we're doing with the channel and the other channel we're working on. And I was like, if this happens to me, then I'm gonna lose everything. This is what it felt like. So it's getting harder and harder. He fucking killed me. Anyway, so that was really starting to bother me, and now I just got the leg infection thing, but I get a leg infection every year, honestly. So that doesn't bother me. That I've had enough experience with where I go, okay, that's fine. We have enough episodes backstocked where I could sit here, or move the computer or move my bed or something so that I have access to the computer and I can edit at my leisure, because I'll be stuck here for 3 weeks. But
well, again, you shouldn't let our channel and what we have planned stop. If you did need to get surgery for your liver infection, I'd say do it.
Oh yeah, it's not that I would.
It's not you do that. Our channel's dead. It's everything we have planned, it's gone.
That's what I was worried about.
No, dude.
So the other project we're doing, I would worry that would go under and that would be gone, because we're not. How are we gonna we can barely make the episodes now. To then go on such a hiatus, or for you, if you guys just go on without me, I don't know, and then I don't know, man.
Yeah, but it's not people are what the fuck? Where are their videos? What is going on? I think they'd understand, and
But that still that puts a that would have been 5 months of us progressing with the channel and progressing with the second thing, and I want to move forward. I'm at a point in my life where I've kind of been lazy and done nothing for long enough.
I feel the same way. I do.
We'll add 10 years. And then...
Oh, thank you.
That's my point. It's just like... It's so... demotivating to go from, I want to do all this stuff. Or to go from, I don't want to do anything, to, I want to do all this stuff, to, I can't do all this stuff. That's a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
So, but luckily I don't need surgery, so, or the surgery I do need is very minor. It takes like 3 weeks for my leg to heal, and when I need surgery on my throat, it takes like a couple days. Like I just end up with a really deep voice for a couple of days, and that's about it. But like for a while, I was worried that like it would kill the channel or kill all these side projects I have going on.
No, fuck that. I think that's dumb. I think we'd be fine.
You know what's really dumb is the stupid lightning squirrel.
Yeah. You struggle with that so much.
Because I used every stupid weapon available to me. I went from the lance to the bow, then I went back to the lance, and the hammer didn't work on... No, the hammer eventually did work.
And not only that, right, so you decided to kill like 2 other monsters before that.
Oh yeah, I ran out of time. This is where I ran out of time.
Yeah. It was literally just about dead. And then it ran out of time.
Well, killing the engine app is like super important to me.
But see, I mean, all these missions have time limits.
I get that. I was able to try again with a better weapon.
Well, yeah.
There's also way more I know about the game now that I didn't know then. So, this fight is just like me, what's the word, floundering? Floundering.
I think so.
Where's my phone? I had it.
There it is.
No. I see it. Sorry, I got it. So like, you know how I felt? So I had pitched an idea to Miss Cat because there was something I wanted to do, but it just didn't make sense for our channel. Because I felt like our channel was goofy, you know what I mean? And the idea of doing more serious stuff on our channel was a little off to me. But at the same time, I guess this conversation negates the fact that I didn't...
This is a deep discussion we're having. This is as serious as you can get.
This is Overdub's therapy. But,
the bottom of this tastes funny now. The water was fine, but
yeah,
now
it's the soda. It's the watered down soda.
I'm done.
Makes sense.
But anyway, continue about being serious and now overdub therapy.
I'm trying to figure... we got like 3 minutes on this episode. So, there was stuff I want to do, but I felt it was too serious for our channel. But if our channel is just like... At the same time, then I think to myself, like... I always set out with the intention that our channel is just kind of like a way for us to express ourselves. And being goofy and hanging out is one way of expressing yourself, and like taking the time to like talk about serious things when you need to is also like a way of expressing yourself. So, I don't know. I guess that means I can do more serious stuff on the channel.